Hello, I'm Laura Janssens. I'm one of the co-heads of research at Berenberg. I've worked here for about 5 years, and before that I was a Telecoms analyst for 15 years at Merrill Lynch and UBS. So I'm part of the management team for the equities business. Within the equities business, we have a large research department, around 90 research analysts, and we cover shares across almost 30 sectors, from everything from telecoms and tech to consumer, metals and mining, capital goods. It's the job of a research analyst to write research on the companies that they cover, long-term industry trends, and then make recommendations to clients about whether they should buy or sell the shares. And we have sales teams and sales trading teams as well, who engage with the client base that we cover on our research. I think our rotational program is quite unique, and for us there are really three main benefits. The first one is the obvious one. When you're a graduate coming straight from your degree, which may be with an economics background, maybe with something completely unrelated to finance, it's very difficult from the outside of an investment bank to know which role will suit you best. So by giving our graduates the opportunity to experience different research departments, the sales team, trading, private banking, it gives them a really broad exposure and allows both us and them to see where we think is the best fit. The second one is a little bit less obvious, which is even within different departments, different colleagues have different chemistries with each other. A really good example of this, I think, is our luxury goods team, which is actually led by a lady called Susanna, who was off our graduate program 3-4 years ago. One of the graduates from this year's program will be joining her, Mariana, and it's really because when Mariana rotated through Susanna's team, they had such a complementary working relationship, complementary language skills. They really enjoyed working together. So when we see that kind of chemistry within the rotation, it really helps us feel like we're placing people in the right team. And then I think the last one is, regardless of where the graduates end up, it's always really valuable for them to have experienced the different roles in the bank, so that they can understand the different roles that their colleagues are performing, and frankly, so that they build up the network of people that they know, which is always helpful in their career wherever they end up. I think within the equities business, we counted that during the recent Euro 2016, we had 22 of the nationalities represented. And even within the graduate program last year, among the 27, 28 graduates that we took into equities, I think we had 10 different nationalities. So it was a very international group. From our perspective, it really makes sense to source our talent from as wide a variety of places, countries, backgrounds as possible. And given that we have, offices in every major European city, as well as 3 different locations in the US, longer term, although most of the rotation is in London, longer term for graduates that have those kind of international backgrounds, we give them a variety of different options for their career. The graduate program, we really started in its current form about 4 years ago, and as well as the rotation, there's a formal classroom-based element and a lot of specific training that we ask all of the senior people within the business to contribute to. For us, the graduate program is absolutely critical. We're one of the few banks in Europe which is growing, and in order to grow, of course, you need to have a constant stream of talented people coming into the building to support that growth. The graduates here, if they join the research department, get up to coverage very quickly. This obviously allows us to increase our scale. If they're in the sales department, they get their own client lists again extremely quickly. So for us, as one of the fastest growing banks in European equities, the graduate program is absolutely critical in allowing us to deliver that growth. Most people in this industry are smart. Most of them are hardworking. I think what we really look for in the graduate program is a little bit of sparkle, someone who's really enthusiastic about markets, who's curious about shares, and most importantly, who has the ability and the willingness to engage our clients on that curiosity. So I think for us, it's just that extra little bit of sparkle, that extra curiosity that really makes a Berenberg graduate stand out from the crowd.